All right, moving on to the NFL, we have a quick Super Bowl preview. If you guys are unaware, we have the Seattle Seahawks going against the New England Patriots. Two teams that, for me, just don't do it. Just not fun. But I'm going to let Mitch go in and just however you want to attack it. Go ahead.
So Seahawks are coming in hot. New England's kind of been the team that people are like, how the hell? Like, they've been having some fortunate games throughout these playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Drake May has been playing incredible. 31 touchdowns, 8 interceptions in that MVP debate. It's like, what the hell? You guys just had Tom Brady. Now you guys already got somebody else. Like, give some other teams a chance one time.
Right.
And then Sam Darnold, I think the Seahawks are a little bit more well-rounded, especially when it comes on offense. Both defenses are very, very solid. But Kenneth Walker back there, Zach Charbonnet and the boys, if he can come back and be anything, their team is looking solid to me.
Jackson Smith and
Jigba
might be the best wideout.
I mean, you see what happens when you don't have a good quarterback with the best receivers in Justin Jefferson. We got to give props to Sam Darnold for what he's doing.
Absolutely.
People can still doubt him, say, oh, he's kind of whatever still. Nah, he's been doing this. He did it with the Vikings. Look, you see what happens when you take him away. The team sucks now. Jay Jettis can't do nothing. Jackson Smith and Jigba, we haven't really heard too much about. This year, he's the best receiver in the league damn near. So there's good things happening on that offense, good cohesion, whereas you got Stephon Diggs as your best receiver on the other side. He's kind of past his prime. He's not really separating. It's kind of been more of these games have been advantageous for the random big play. It's like, oh, we're in the snow. Oh, I randomly got away from 3 guys. Now I'm wide open. So it's been good, but the offense hasn't been impressive compared to what I've seen with Seattle. And so for me personally, I think Seattle has the upper hand. Wouldn't be surprised though. It's like you're saying, both these teams. It's like either you guys can win on any given day, and so. Hopefully, Seattle shows up because Mike Vrabel, Coach of the Year this year with the Patriots. I don't know if they can get over this hurdle because, like I said, had some nice complimentary games coming into the playoffs, a snowed out game, a game against a backup quarterback. So a lot of advantageous things happening for the Patriots, and I think the buck stops here, and I think Seattle takes care of business.
Yeah. I mean, again, that was well said. I feel like Seattle's defense might be the best in the league as it's all shaped out. And then offensively, they're definitely capable of putting up the 40 whop. For me, it's like less about the Seahawks and more about I think we've seen one solid win from the Patriots in the last 5 weeks, beyond the playoffs. And they're a good defensive team. So, they can stay in games, no doubt. But I do feel like they have these offensive lulls where they don't run away from you like the Seahawks can.
Right.
And, they definitely are not built to go down and come back either. So that's where I really worry is there's one kind of path that I see New England winning this game, and there's multiple different paths that I can see for Seattle to win it. So I'm going to go Seattle as well. But yeah.
Also, I feel like I can't name him right now. Whoever the Seattle coach is very reminiscent to the Indiana coach.
Yeah, McDonald, I think his name is. Mike McDonald, maybe.
And so just if you ever watched, he has some clips about talking to his team and the team meetings and stuff that are very inspirational. And it seems like he's just got all the guys behind him, and it seems like they just are on a mission, whereas it seems like Mike Vrabel and the boys are just like, whoa, yeah, it's happening. It just keep winning.
Right.
Whoa, okay, awesome.
We're here.
Yeah.
No, definitely. And we'll see. That's coming up this Sunday, and that'll be at Levi's Stadium. So that's out in Santa Clara if you don't know. And if you're not from here, you probably assume that it's in San Francisco. But
and if you don't have $4,000, you're probably not getting in.
Right.
That's what the lowest tickets I'm seeing right now.
Absolutely. And it honestly is going to be, if you haven't been to that stadium, the way they deal with traffic, not the greatest.
There's going to be a lot of walking going. There's a lot of space between that parking lot and that stadium, boy.
Man,
God damn.
It's tough. It's tough. So moving on to the local teams.
And Baboni's going to be there.
Yeah. Shout out to
Baboni.
Boni Sundi. But yeah, it's gonna be tight. It might be monumental if you know what I mean, in terms of what he might do in his performances based on where the world's at. But this is a sports show. So we're gonna push on forward to the teams that we grew up idolizing and rooting for. And since you guys have a little more urgency in the discussion based on where last season left y'all, I'm gonna let you lead it off with the latest rumors on the number 1 pick, and then a little discussion as well about a new coach incoming.
Yeah, so potentially the Raiders have been talking to the offensive coordinator from the Seattle Seahawks, Clint Kubiak. Potentially he could be our new head coach moving forward. I know right now, you know how it goes with coaches that are currently coaching for the championship or Super Bowl. Hey, I'm totally focused on my guys right now, and then we'll move on. But he needs to bring his ass on because we got a lot of work to do. And it's going to start with deciding, are you going to have Fernando Mendoza as your man coming in as a rookie QB as a new head coach? And then how will you build around him? Because as currently constructed, Raiders are ass. So we need to be making some moves. Clint Kubiak needs to be bringing in a new system that's going to get everybody reinvigorated and ready to go moving forward. And hopefully he can put a lot of trust into Fernando Mendoza to help push along this franchise and get us back to a winning way that we haven't had in about 25, 30 years. So big moves to be made. We'll wait to see what happens post Super Bowl when maybe we can finally get it official and he's in there and he can actually start making some things happen. Tom Brady at the Super Bowl with them, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully they're in talks and discussions about how we can better the Raiders moving forward. But that's what we're looking at right now is using that number 1 pick, most likely from Fernando Mendoza, and having Clint Kubiak come in here and bring some new sauce to our offense and get people excited in the locker room.
How do you feel about that? That's the son of Gary Kubiak, right?
I'm excited about it, but at the same time, we've had a plethora of coaches over the years. That's like there's been different amounts of excitement for each one of them, and they've all done ass. So it's unfortunate, but until we get a coach that's in there for a few years that shows any kind of progress, rather than like 8-8 is what the best we got, and like that was a bunch of wins that we got at the end of a season that we probably shouldn't have because we would have been better to tank, but that's the kind of teams that we have. It's the teams that are barely pushing 500 and always getting like that 15th pick. And it's just like, nah, we need to be a team that's progressing, making moves in free agencies that make more sense rather than, all right, let's just, try and win one for coach at the end of the year. Like, let's switch up the mentality that we got going. Let's make some smarter moves in the front office because that's where it starts with any of these teams.
I am at least happy that he's a younger coach, 38 years old. And I will say, having watched him in our division this year, that offense is very, very good. A lot of movement, a lot of moving parts. And like he loves his tight ends, and like he's coming to a team that has some of the best. The real question for me will be, are you guys gonna get a wide receiver? Is there a wide receiver 1 coming or somebody that's versatile that can help support what's already there? Ashton Genty, and of course that line we all know.
Yeah, that's where it's needs improvement. That line is to do all those things that Clint Kubiak wants our team to do in terms of the running scheme. It's like those offensive linemen got to be moving and cohesion.
Yep. Which the Raiders have not done well at lately.
No, since Derek Carr.
Yeah. So it needs to be redone. And the last time they had a good line, they blew it up immediately. So good news that there is stuff happening, and apparently as well, Tom Brady is back in it.
Well, it's just so often that there's new news that's always perceived to be optimistic. We always got to be optimistic because every year there's another move, and what are you just gonna hate every move?
Right. So, how can you keep rooting? Yeah,
we got to be positive every time until week 4, and then like, Pete Carroll's up. He sucks now.
Right, you did it again.
And look, the Seahawks got rid of him. They went to a Super Bowl, so hopefully he brings that magic. We kicked him out. It's our turn.
Right. Same team. Moving on to the Niners. Not a lot to talk about, but one or two big things, which is Raheem Morris, who's the former head coach of the Falcons, was our defensive coach hiring, and I'm very happy with that. I personally think he's kind of the guy that's really more built to be a coordinator. Not that he lacks personality, but I think he's a scheme first guy.
Yeah.
And I think that he will, like some of these other coaches who have had head coaching jobs and then fallen back into coordinating roles. I think he'll be able to really capitalize on it all. He'll have a team that's getting all the goons back. But I think he's definitely going to be capable. He makes very creative schemes, and he likes to run systems that will capitalize on the skill players we already have on that roster. It'll be interesting to see how he impacts the draft this year. But I'm very excited out of the names that were there and the possible internal signings that were going to be lifted up. This to me was about as good as it gets. Very sad to see Salah leave.
Yeah.
But
good for him too, though.
Good for him. I think Titans is going to be a tough job to take, but a lot lower expectations. So I think he'll last longer. And it's very clear what difference it makes when you have a good coach there for us. Like, we've had talented defenses, and they just haven't looked the same without Salah, without DeMeco Ryans, and all those kind of guys who have stepped in and been really, really, really good coordinators. And then when we have guys like Steve Wilks, we're out there somehow still making it to a Super Bowl, but we're giving up 30 a game. Yeah. And we're having to score 45 with a team that has too many good players to be saying that. So I'm excited for that. And then the secondary thing to highlight is right now we had C-Mac winning Comeback Player of the Year. So quick clap for that boy. Welcome back. And he sure carried the load this year, probably too much for anybody coming off that kind of injury.
Damn, bro, I have my man in Fantasy Football Dynasty League. Is it time to get rid of him?
Right.
Just in case?
Trade.
My man ran to the ground, boy, this year.
Tough. Myles Garrett won DPOY, and we had Ted McMillan winning Offensive Rookie of the Year. Right. Are there any other ones that are worthy of highlighting?
Yeah. So keep it going. We got Offensive Rookie of the Year, Ted McMillan. Defensive Player of the Year, or Defensive Rookie of the Year, we got Carson Schlesinger from the Browns.
Wow.
Linebacker.
Nice.
Had a great season. Protector of the Year was Joe Tooney for the Chicago Bears.
Big boy.
Also, we had, Coach of the Year, like I mentioned before, Mike Vrabel.
Yeah.
We had Offensive Player of the Year, Jackson Smith and Jigba came away with that award.
Saw that coming.
And then for MVP, top quarterback this season, like we were mentioning before, Matthew Stafford comes away with the MVP this season. Had a great season.
Wow.
Had 4,700 yards, 46 touchdowns. He was going absolutely crazy. So at age 37, after so many years of being a slanger, doing his thing, he finally gets his MVP, and it's well deserved.
Who was that over? Was it over?
Probably over Drake May.
Drake May?
Likely.
Yeah.
I don't really think there's anybody else in the discussion.
That's crazy.
Maybe
that seems like a by default win then. But yeah.
I think he had the best stats this season at quarterback.
No, definitely.
He had how many touchdowns to Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua going crazy.
Beast.
Basically the Rams go as Matthew Stafford goes.
Oh yeah,
because that defense has not been too crazy over the last few years.
I mean, they've gotten a lot better, I will say, defensively, especially in these last 2 years. But they still, like you said, it is a team that if that offense ain't running how they need it to be, they're not going to be the same.
I mean, that's why they didn't win the playoffs,
Yeah, no, I've been sad ever since he came to the division because he is really, really good.
He had a stretch where he had 28 touchdowns without an interception this year. So
yeah, cooking, absolutely cooking. Moving on to the MLB, obviously we had the World Baseball.